said that takes you to 5K monthly is not the same that will take you to 20K.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about money.
In 2014, myself and my business partner, Edward, we went somewhere in central London with a business plan that thick. Active Pharmacy's business plan, huge. Over 250 pages, which after I wrote that, I've never read it. Took it to this man in central London, wanted, investment. They said no. Okay. So we sat back in the car. And while we were going home, the mind was working.
Yeah.
And I said, Ed, do you know anybody we can call? To describe this idea to them. Very quickly, 4 people came to mind. 4 came to mind. And guess what? They are the people that invested in our business. So look, no is beautiful.
Yeah.
Especially if you know that you are relentless. When you hear that no, there are people I approached to have them on this podcast. They said no. Later, they are in the DMs. No, listen, you just as it is.
Yeah.
Why? Because sometimes people can't tell how great you are going to be because they are not in your shoes, yo.
Yeah.
And it's okay if they say no. Just don't feel any way about it.
Yeah.
Because maybe today, I may not be qualified to be on your podcast, but let me keep working. Eventually, I'll be qualified. So if you know you're going to put in the work on yourself and you're going to bet on yourself, when they say no, keep working. Yeah.
I like that. And I've also had no's on the spot. And
oh, okay. How's it go?
I mean, I'm very okay, and I'm always glad I have a team of people like my team members. They know that Charlie, we are going for something. So regardless of what we are getting, we are still building it, and definitely we know that you'll come back. For example, like you just said, when we started, if we came to you, you probably would have said no or yes, but then we've built this to a point that you see it and like, nah, this is someone I want to go to.
Yes.
It's going to be the same for all the other people that said no. So they said, no problem. I mean, the other people we can interview, we can still share their story. So
yeah. Just don't feel any way about it.
Exactly.
Don't feel any way about it. It's no blow to you. It just means that maybe the platform you're building is not ready to receive them yet.
Exactly.
Just keep building.
Just keep building because it's beautiful. You have a statement here which is very striking. You said the mindset that takes you to 5K monthly is not the same that will take you to 20K.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about money.
Okay. Our first 5,000 a month came through a lot of struggles, a lot of hard work, a lot of processes, and a lot of do it this way, do it that way. That's a different set of mindset. When you start a business, it's like, hey, let's do this, let's do that. There's a lot of work that you're doing just to even get to a break-even point.
Right.
At this point today, it's not so much it's simply about phone calls and how great my network is. That brings in enough orders. That brings in enough connections for our business. So the mindset that will give you that 5K is not going to be the same mindset. Now, if you don't understand that you need to approach things a little bit more in confidence, a little bit more in a friendly way and build relationships, sometimes the problem you may face is that you cannot break through that ceiling. You can't. So if you're trying to grow your business to a place where there's enough money coming in, where you are still comfortable and the business is still running and you're not working too much in there, you must have a different way of thinking. It may take me one plane ticket to go and meet a client somewhere and have amazing conversation, but that's enough to increase our business by 1 million a year. That's enough. It's completely different. But when you're starting, it's like, you're almost scraping to make things work. So it's that place where you need to move from here to now shifting here. Different box.
Yeah. How do you think of money? What is money to you?
Wow. What is money to me? The most important tool in your life right now. A tool that allows you to give to people, impact people positively, take care of yourself, your family, and take a piece of this world as you want to. Your position. Yeah. Some of the things I understand about money now thank God I took the path I did in my teens. Because anybody that ignored conversation, especially as a young man, that's ignoring conversations about money today. Because you're in your teens or you're in your early 20s. In your 30s, you're going to realize that, you've made a mistake. Because even the women need the money. Your parents need the money. Now, if you were born by the baby boomers like I was, they need the money even more.
Yeah.
Maybe not so much for the Gen Zs, I don't know. But don't take your money conversations lightly. Anytime you hear people talking about money, having serious money conversations in a positive light, have a positive obsession to also know. Because for me, information and applying that changed everything for me. Simply by picking up a phone call and speaking to someone about how they've done things to increase their finance, changed everything for us. Don't take the conversations about money lightly. Listen, I speak to people in their 30s just like I am. And anytime I say money has become very important in our lives today, everybody says, yes, it has. So, like your audience who may be much younger, let them not take this conversation lightly. Yeah. And remember, don't just have one skill to make your money. I know people who were in music just as I was at the time. And they did not transition into business. And the music is no longer working. Their finances are in shambles right now because they had no other skill. If all you know is not paying you anymore, how are you going to pay yourself? And it gets tougher. You think it gets tougher? It's tough in your 30s. Wait until you get to 60 when you can't move anymore. Wait until you get to 75 because I've been at a table with 6 over 70-year-olds and I've seen how they've walked in and how they've enjoyed the conversation and how the difference is big. One person is wearing a Rolex. The other has no watch. The other one is struggling. The other one, they had to... Listen, the conversations about money gets tougher in your 70s, in your 80s, when that pension... So you have to think about it all the time. Positive obsession about money and you would have enough.
Right. Financial mistakes. The youth, what are they doing wrong? You said you had a conversation with someone.
Yeah.
In the 30s, in their 30s, sorry, about how they increase their finances, right? We'll talk about that. But what are mistakes that the youth are doing when it comes to money?
Today?
Yeah. Which ones have you seen so far?
I think a lot of the young people I've met, they are not bold enough to go after their dreams. A lot of them know what to do. They're just not doing it. And that's huge because today, you can sell anything to anybody on the internet. Anything. I mean, anything. These microphones and at different prices. The two of us can have the same shop selling this and it'll be at different prices. We'll all sell. Should we market it properly? But the young people are not going for that. They are not understanding that it's easier to make money from buying and selling than it would be starting out gambling. They're not understanding that. And that sometimes when you see those people driving all those flashy cars, throwing money somewhere, because I always say, throwing money is like, I don't really understand it. For me, it doesn't make any sense. Have you seen old money throwing money like that? I mean, is money supposed to be thrown? So you see, some people are missing the strategies for keeping the money, the strategies for making the money. They're missing that. So every young person must understand that gambling does not guarantee wealth. It doesn't. And the easiest thing for you to do now to make money is just sell something. Create content about what you're selling on the internet. Everybody is on the internet right now. Even the people that are not, you don't need them. Focus on the people that are on the internet. If we brand this conversation enough, we can sell a lot in the description.
Right.
Build a personal brand, find some products, create content around it. And then they will say, a lot of people are in the DMs, I'm not confident enough. I don't know how to sell. Really? But you know how to scroll and double tap. It's the same skill.
Yeah. What mistakes did you make?
You know what the truth is? And the reason why I'm doing this whole podcast and giving free information?
Tell me.
I have made very little mistakes. Do you know why? Because I value information.
Okay.
So I can make phone calls and sit down with 10 older people. They're just speaking to me. I have 5 mentors in my life. 5. When I was about to get married, I had 5 mentors.
Just for marriage?
Just for marriage.
Okay.
Just for marriage. So for me, I know the power that this has and what experience does to people. So I love people with information. That's why I read. That's why I speak to people. That's why I have so many mentors. So anybody listening to this, downplaying this, you will come back and play when you're 60 years. Because I have 81-year-old people in my DMs telling me some of the things I am teaching today they didn't know. How? How? Where have you been, yo?
For 81 years.
Where you been? So mistakes I've made, I can't remember. Yeah, because anytime I think about something, I'm unsure. I go to sleep over it. And if I wake up still unsure, I'm speaking to my mentors about it. There's always a direction. There's always a strategy at some point.
And the call you had with a friend in his 30s for how to increase his finances, what was the conversation like? What was the advice? Because like you said, people can make money from doing content, from buying and selling. But we'll have people in the comments saying that, what should I sell? How easy is it? Yeah, you know, there are people selling things, blah, 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 blah.
Should I give you an example?
Tell me.
I had an episode with Aisha on my podcast, Connected Minds, right? And after the episode, I put my sister on a course, Aisha's course.
Okay.
And I told her, I want you to test this model to see if it works. I was there when the items arrived for her to sell. She was doing social selling on TikTok. That day, she made 1,500. One day. Her cost was about 30 cedis. Cost. Are you still asking me what you can do to make money? Like, should we carry on with the conversation? 1,500 in one day. And then very quickly, I came home, called my Baba to, do a shape up quickly. And then the guy goes, I'm really struggling to make money beyond what I'm doing now. And I asked him, on a good day, how much money can you make? He goes, sometimes I can make 800 cedis a day. And I said, are you bloody kidding me? You know what? Do this. Save 150 cedis every day. By the end of the year, you have well over 40,000. And you don't have money? How long have you been a barber for? So you see, it's the compounding, for me. That people don't understand the compounding. That if you save 150 cedis a day because you're making on a good day 800, well, on a good day, save it for 3 months. On a good day. But on a standard day, just save 150 cedis every single day and wait and watch what you're going to be left with at the end of the year. So you see, it's just, people think, the secret is bigger than what Derek is saying. Really. They think that the secret is bigger than what people are saying today. Yao, my editor, I told him, look, buy land. He goes, I don't have the money. And I said, well, how do you think people buy land in Ghana? Because sometimes people think, you need to have 1 million cedis. Then you approach the person. I said, no, start with what you have. Speak properly to the person that is selling it. That's all. Compounding. Pay a little, save a little. At the end of the year, what do we have left? People simply don't understand that Rome was not built in a day. And that if you really understand that if you want to sell one thing, save a little bit out of it. Okay? You work, save a little bit out of it. But be consistent with it. Because this is what they do. They say 5,000 cedis in 6 months and they're like, Charlie, some serious. I want to go and put the money into something. But then it's gone. Yeah. Carry on. Quick so this is my strategy I gave to my Baba. This is the money we spent. Yeah? I'm telling you. The first 50,000 you save, keep that as your emergency fund. Okay. That must grow at least 10% every year, whether you're going to add onto it or it's going to grow with bank's interest. Okay? But the best thing to do is add to it 10% every year as your emergency. Now, keep saving another 50K. Once you save another 50K, at that point, you can take 50% of that money to then start a business. What business are you then going to do? What products are you interested in? Let's say it's phone accessories, big market, or it's mattress from China, or from China Mall, or from somebody in Makola. Just get it from them. Do videos about it. Put it on the internet. You've just invested 25K. Okay? Work with that money. And now, once you hit the break-even point, we are good to go. You start making profit. A little bit of that money, 10% of that money, every single month is what you spend, not the money you're making.
Right.
That's how you grow your money.
Let me write my note too.
Charlie, write your note.
It's important. You know the thing you said about people think there's a secret somewhere.
Yeah.
When Kwame Despite was doing the museum thing, right? My mother was watching and I was going for food from her. And it's just like, she hates it when Ghanaians are talking about Kwame Despite did something for his money, and Ghanaians like that thing. They see a rich man and they are trying to, find something shady about him. And I think that's what most Ghanaians do. And it's not even just Kwame Despite. They see a rich man, you start talking, they're trying to look, this guy, Derek, maybe there's something behind Connected Minds. Charlie, maybe
the ring.
The ring.
Make her remove the ring.
Like, they just start looking for something. And I think it's one of the things I feel like it's limiting most of this youth, because they don't really see that it's possible. They always think there's something at the back.
Okay.
You've removed the ring.
I've actually removed the ring. Okay. So, do you know what it takes to grow money? What it takes to grow money is more than what it takes to actually make the money. So even if, and I'm starting at this point, even if I was favored, somebody gave me a startup, or I got it through some illegal means, do you have any idea what it means to grow that money? This is just what I want people to understand. If it's easy, why don't you go and do it and make it and grow it?
Right.
Look, Emmanuel Eboué, Arsenal, had a lot of money. He lost it. Junior Agogo was a Black Star player. Before he died, he didn't have much.
Yeah.
There are so many people that even win lottery and then they lose it all. Do you think it is easy for somebody to even be a drug dealer? Somebody.
Yeah.
And be able to multiply that money? It's not a joke. It's just people's limiting beliefs, self-limiting beliefs about how money is made. They always think there's something, like people talk a lot of nonsense about, this person is in Freemasons and that's how they're making their money. Yo, listen, take your mind off all those things and learn how to make money the way you will. Yeah. Forget about how somebody else is making their money. Because if everything I've told you today, you don't learn a thing or two out of it to change your life, and your focus is that, there's some secret somewhere that is pouring the money, your mind is already gone. You've lost the game. You're not part of it. No, you're not. Because if it's easy, why don't you go do it?
Yeah.
There was a time I was coming out of my car, and a young guy came out. There were two of them. One guy came out. He was walking on the other side, and he goes, "Where do you seek a draw? We all go do some." I just turned around. I was cool. I said, "Charlie, go do some."
All the best.
All the best.
Because
if in your mind you can't make money selling or taking an actual job and saving from that job, and you can only make it from some secret something, go and tell that secret. I'm sure when you travel from Kumasi to Accra, you can see a lot of Malams there. Just walk in there. Good luck.